Hey, I'm RejectedShotgun. So now that we've got the Winter Wonderland 2017 event upon us, I figured now would be a good time to revisit all of the brand new legendary skins that were announced at BlizzCon back in November. Now, as 2018 is slowly but surely approaching, and we are sure to get another event very shortly after this Winter Wonderland one, I think it's safe to say that there are 1 to 2 possible release dates that have been narrowed down for these new legendary skins. So today I want to show you when I think those release dates for these new skins are and why I think those are them. So today, let's talk about it. So one of the most exciting things about these new Blizzard-themed skins is the fact that they're actually being added into the base loot boxes in Overwatch, which means these skins are not going to be released during any event. This means that the skin release date for all of these can be narrowed down to the time in between 2 Overwatch events. Now, during the Overwatch What's Next panel back at BlizzCon in November, we were told that these skins were going to be released early next year. Now, early next year, we're getting the Chinese New Year event, or so we're expecting it anyway. So we're expecting another second year of the Chinese New Year event, and that is expected around January 24th, sometime in the January 20s. So my guess is all of these skins, which we have already seen in full detail, I'm guessing they're basically already done, and the guys over at Blizzard are pretty much just waiting around for a good time to release them, because if you play Overwatch a lot, you know their goal is to kind of like string you along and give you content all the time. So let's say the Winter Wonderland 2017 event ends. Well, suddenly it's going to be January very soon, and 2018 will be upon us, meaning it'll become early next year. Now, early next year, I kind of am assuming that's January, and if we're getting the Lunar New Year event to be going on January 20-something, it's 24th, around there, then I think it's very safe to say that these new Blizzard-themed skins are actually going to come out in January, like early January. I'm talking like January 1st to January 15th early. Now, the reason I believe this is, like I said earlier, Blizzard likes to kind of string you along with content. So we got great, awesome new skins, new modes, and new skins for maps and everything in this Winter Wonderland event. So in my opinion, the smart move for Blizzard would be to release these skins into the base loot boxes in the time between Winter Wonderland and the Lunar New Year. So that means the ideal time to actually release these skins would, in my opinion, be around January 7th to the 15th, which would give time for people to enjoy and want to actually get the original loot boxes. And then shortly after, about a week or two later, the Lunar New Year would come by, and that would mean even more people buying loot boxes, getting the new skins, celebrating the event, etc. So it would be absolutely perfect to kind of slot those skins in there. However, at the beginning of this video, I did say that there were 2 possibilities for the release date of these skins. Now, my personal opinion is the biggest possibility is the time around January 7th to the 15th. It's that in-between time of the 2 events. However, the second possible time would be after the Lunar New Year. Now, like I said, I don't necessarily think this is the time. I think it's between the 2 events. However, if for whatever reason Blizzard finds that they are unable to release these skins in the time between those 2 events, the most likely second place spot to release these skins at would be after the Lunar New Year, and probably right after, like the event ends and then boom, it's out, done kind of thing. So realistically, when you know Blizzard's pattern for when they release content, and if you really think about the events and when they release and when they come out, I think it's safe to say January 7th to the 15th is most definitely when we're going to be seeing these skins. Now, of course, it is actually possible that we will see these skins even earlier. For example, the Winter Wonderland event will be ending on January 1st this year, which means Blizzard could just straight up release the skins right after the event is over, because a lot of people are going to be thinking, oh, you know, the event's over, we're going to go back to base Overwatch, there's not going to be any new content, it's just going to be the same game we've been wanting. And I'm sure on the player graphs over at Blizzard's HQ, where they can see how many players are logged in, they'll see a big dip as the event ends and people are saying, oh, I'm done with Overwatch for a little bit, you know, all the new content's gone. A good way to remedy that drop in player count would be to release new content immediately after. And considering from what we've seen in the footage, these skins are all but done already, I think it's very safe to say we're going to get Blizzard World right after the Winter Wonderland event, and then of course we'll get the Blizzard themed skins in a kind of Blizzard mini event where you kind of get all these new content and items just out of nowhere into the base loot boxes, into the base game without any event to go with it. So like I said, January early, could be as early as January 1st, but most likely it's going to be like January 7th to the 15th. So mark it on your calendars. I am very confident that these dates are correct. I'm pretty familiar with Blizzard's release schedules now, and if this is not accurate, if the info in this video is somehow not accurate, I will eat my socks. That is a promise that you can hold me to. Don't doubt me. I'm just that sure. But anyways, that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're as hyped for these skins as I am. I'm really, really excited. But that is all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.